Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be saying about the ulnar nerve. This is an important topic for your theory exam. So let's start. What is this nerve root? Nerve root is in the brachial plexus. I have already said you go and watch the video of the brachial plexus. This is the ventral rami of the C8 and T1. Okay, and sometimes it receives fibers from the C7 also. So I have drawn this in that video. So you see here I have said you this is the ulnar nerve. Okay, and ulnar nerve is done by C8 and T1 root, and sometimes it receives the fibers from this C7 also. Okay, for that its nerve root is C8, T1 and sometimes C7 also. Okay, now let's move into the course. Axilla. See, now why ulnar nerve? Because it is there in the ulnar side, and you know where ulnar lies? Ulnar lies in your medial half of your hand. Okay, so let's start with the course of the axilla. In the axilla, ulnar nerve runs between the axillary vein and artery on a deeper plane. In the deeper plane, if you search for ulnar nerve, then only you will find that ulnar nerve is between the axillary vein and axillary artery. This is the axillary vein, this is the axillary artery, and between that this is the ulnar nerve. So like this it stays. Okay, now let's move into the arm. Then it moves into the arm and lies medial to the brachial artery. As you know, this axillary artery in the arm, it becomes brachial artery, name changes to brachial artery. For that it lies medial to the brachial artery. Okay, see this is the ulnar nerve, as you can see. So this means if this one is the ulnar artery, that means you think that here will be the brachial artery. Now next, runs downward with the artery. It runs downward, same with the artery. Downward with the artery, sorry, in the arm it runs downward in the artery and then pierces the medial intermuscular septum to lie its back. So here it is the medial intermuscular septum. From there it gets inside and goes back of your arm. Okay, and see from here this point of here to the epicondyle. Here the course of the ulnar nerve is back of your hand. So I have given it dotted. I have marked it as dotted because this is the course of the ulnar nerve back of your hand. Is there present back of your, not front of your hand. Okay, so it runs downward with the artery, pierces the medial intermuscular septum to lie on its back. Okay, middle of the arm till the middle of the arm, and then descends back of the to the medial epicondyle of the humerus. See, it descends back to the medial epicondyle of the humerus. As I have said you, in the humerus bone that ulnar nerve is present back of the medial epicondyle. So go do check that video of humerus also. So okay, next what happens? In the forearm it enters. In the forearm it will enter by passing between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris, lies on the medial part of the flexor digitorum profundus. It lies on the medial part of the flexor digitorum profundus and between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris muscle. So see, now clearly you have understood from here that ulnar nerve is not a content of the cubital fossa. I have said you for medial nerve that it is a content of the cubital fossa because this is the cubital fossa and medial nerve is present. But ulnar nerve is not present because it is back of your hand and then coming here in medial side. In the deeper plane you will find that. Okay, so next let's move. Here you will find, in the medial plane you will find the ulnar nerve. Okay, next let's move. Enter by passing between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris and lies on the medial part of the flexor digitorum profundus in the forearm, and then in the lower two-thirds is accompanied by the ulnar artery. See, I have done for this, look into this diagram. See this diagram, this is the ulnar artery and ulnar artery comes from where? Brachial artery divides into the radial artery and the ulnar artery, and the same in the side of the medial means with the ulnar artery, the red one is the ulnar artery and the green one is the ulnar nerve. See, the both of the nerve and the artery, it comes with each other downward. Okay, so next lies it comes to the flexor retinaculum. You know, flexor retinaculum is present here, thin band like structure. So what happens in the flexor retinaculum runs medial part of the flexor retinaculum and enters the palm. It will lie medial part. As you can see, the most medial part. See, for this this is the medial part and this is the lateral part. So the ulnar nerve will lie medial to the flexor retinaculum. It will not get inside like medial nerve in the deeper plane or the flexor retinaculum, but instead it will be above the flexor retinaculum in the medial side. Okay, the distal border of the flexor retinaculum, it divides into superficial and deep. Here in the retinaculum, in the distal border, it will divide into both things, that is superficial and deep. See, like this it will move. This is the superficial and this is the deep branch. So from here it will divide into two branches. Okay, so and then in the palm it supplies the muscles, the intrinsic muscles, the digits and everything it supplies in the palm. So medial half of the palm. So this is the whole course of the ulnar nerve. And next let's move into the branches. For that again you will refer to this diagram. If you want, then you can only draw this diagram itself, because if it comes in the wrong question you have to draw a picture. So you can have this picture. Okay, so what are the branches of the ulnar nerve? See, the branches of the ulnar nerve, it doesn't give any branches in the arm, in the axilla. Okay, it gives only branches in the forearm and in the hand. Okay, in the forearm there is a muscular branch, cutaneous branch or digital branch, and the vascular or the articular branch. Muscular branch to the medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus and the flexor carpi ulnaris. So see, this is the flexor digitorum, medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus, and the lateral half of the flexor digitorum profundus is given by which nerve? Medial nerve. I have already said you in the medial nerve video. So this is, it is one branch in the forearm to the medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus and to the flexor carpi ulnaris. Okay, because it moves between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris, I have said you. And next it gives the cutaneous or the digital branch. Cutaneous or a digital branch to the dorsal cutaneous branch from the medial half of the dorsum of the foot, means behind the dorsum of the foot it gives, of the hand. And next palmar cutaneous from the medial 1/3 of the palm. So this is the palmar cutaneous branch. Okay, this is the palmar cutaneous branch. Now next, number 3rd is digital branches to the medial 1.5 fingers. It gives to the medial 1.5 finger. So this is the finger. As you know, this 3.5 finger is given by the medial nerve and 1.5 finger is given by the ulnar nerve. Okay, and next is in the nail beds and the dorsal aspect of the distal phalanges. Even it gives the medial 1/2 of this nail beds also. Okay, now vascular and the articular branch to the joints, digital vessels, and to the joints of the hand. Medial side of the hand it gives the ulnar nerve. So everything, this part is in the forearm. Now next let's move into the hand. In the superficial, as you know, in the distal border of the flexor retinaculum it divides into two branches, superficial and the deep branches. So superficial to the palmaris brevis. Okay, it gives superficial to the palmaris brevis. And next it deep branches, it supplies to the muscles of the hypothenar eminences, medial to lumbricals. You can see this to lumbricals it gives. And next medial to lumbricals 4-1 dorsal interosseous muscle and 4-1 palmar interossei. And next is the adductor pollicis and deep head of the flexor profundus brevis. Then this one it may give. Okay, it's not that it will give. Some of them you can see that it gives to the this muscle also, but it gives to this muscle, deeper branch, muscles of the hypothenar eminences, muscles of the medial to lumbricals it gives, medial to lumbricals it will give. And next is the 4-1 dorsal interossei, 4-1 palmar interossei, adductor pollicis. Okay, and the thing is this, I will talk about this, I will make a video on this interosseous muscle of the hand, don't worry. So this all are the branches. For this, refer to this diagram. This is the branches I have said you in the forearm, and in the palm you see it divides into two. First of all, see, I have zoomed here, I have drawn one more thing here. So as you can see, this is the superficial branch, this is the superficial branch, and this is the deep branches. Okay, and it gives to the two digits. See, these two are the digital branch. Okay, then branches to the interosseous muscle are these branches to the interosseous muscle. And this is you know, this is the flexor retinaculum. Okay, so this all are the course and the core and the branches. And this one you see the palmar cutaneous branch, and this one is the dorsal cutaneous branch. So this all are the thing about the course, about the branches, and this is the drawing you have to draw. And there is a clinical for the ulnar nerve. What is the clinical? Cubital tunnel syndrome. Ulnar nerve gets interrupted between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris. As I have said you here in the course that it runs between the two heads of the, enters by passing between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris. In front of the forearm it comes, okay, and lies on the medial part of the flexor digitorum profundus. So here in the between the two head of the flexor carpi ulnaris, it gets entrapted, okay, leading to the paralysis of the medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus. For that, what it happens, it paralyzes the muscles of the medial half of the flexor digitorum profundus and the muscles of the hypothenar eminences, all interosseous, adductor pollicis, and the third and the fourth lumbricals. Okay, so means see, all the muscle of the 1.5 part of the this part which the ulnar nerve was supplying, all the thing will get paralyzed. Okay, now next is this is clawing of the medial 2 digits, guttering in the hand and loss of the hypothenar eminence, gutters in the hand and loss of hypothenar eminences. Okay, so all the hypothenar eminences here, this 1.5 part of the hand will get clawed, and even there will be paralysis of this part. Okay, and even the paralysis of the medial part of the flexor digitorum profundus occurs because of the pressing of the ulnar nerve between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnaris. So this is called as the cubital tunnel syndrome. So if this video was a little helpful to you, then do subscribe my channel, like, share and comment. And for more videos like this and more updates, please follow me on Instagram. Thank you.